earlier this week, Colts offensive coordinator Nick Sirianni said he's expecting a big bounce back for T.Y. Hilton. So I want to know the player who will most definitely have a bounce back season in 2020.
Okay, I'll come out of the gates first, Kay. I think it's Sam Darnold. I think that last year's season was supposed to be that season where he emerges, but when you suffer mononucleosis early on in the season, when you suffer an offensive line that can't keep you upright throughout the season, and you really don't have the chance to be 100% healthy and get this thing going, you suffer. Guess what? They still finished 6-2 for the last 8 games. So I don't know if the Jets are going to compete this year in the AFC East, quite honestly. I think it's going to be an uphill battle considering their schedule and just how good the Bills are going to be and how the Patriots bring back enough talent to be competitive. But Darnold's going to be good. I have full faith and confidence that Darnold's been working out, and I think Sam Darnold is going to have a big bounce back year. Should have been last year. I think it'll be next year.
All right, I'm going with JuJu SmithSchuster. I've been very critical of the Steelers talking about what they need to do to get back to glory. And if you look at JuJu and what he did last year, he was banged up. So I'm not going to hold that against him. I was always told by the OGs in football, never judge a player while he's banged up. But if you look at his last best season, which was 2 years ago, he put up those monster numbers. But the only asterisk I would put on that season is that Antonio Brown was still on the roster. Now, I'm not speaking on this to hate. I'm looking at it like when Randy Moss left and everybody was looking at me and saying, okay, Nate, just prove that you can do it without Randy. You know, it's like playing without Calvin Johnson. Prove that you can do it without a big dog next to you. And I said this to JuJu. I talked to him a couple of years ago, and then I talked to him last year. I said, now it's your time to shine. This is your moment. Big Ben was banged up. They had injuries at the running back position. They didn't have everybody that they needed. This year, Big Ben's healthy. They have a complement of players. JuJu, go out there and prove that you are a true #1 wide receiver, because right now, this is the time where if you ball out, you know that money is coming, and if you don't, people are going to try to shortchange you. So JuJu SmithSchuster, I expect him to have a huge year statistically for the Steelers.
The league is more fun when JuJu is being JuJu. We all rooting for that. I'll do one name only, the biggest monster in the Midway, Mack. Khalil Mack. Now you say, does he even need to have a bounce back? We debated that on the show a little bit. Khalil Mack was very good last year. The numbers were not robust. And Peter, I remember you saying, look, the greatest players make plays. I don't want to hear about double team, triple team, whatever. Khalil Mack. Guys, there's been so much focus on Mitch Trubisky and his struggles that the guy who was kind of skating was Leonard Floyd, was the guy on the opposite side of Khalil Mack. He did not live up to expectations. He is gone. Robert Quinn comes in as one of the more quiet signings in the free agency, but make no mistake, Robert Quinn is now the Scottie Pippen of the Bears defense. This is number 23, not 45, number 23, the son of Sandy Mack, and I guarantee that at some point this season, Nate will turn a phrase involving return of the Mack, and he'll be right.
Nicely done.
Yeah, you're right.
Of course he will. You love that Sandy Mack, Kyle. You got to get him on
Sandy
the show.
Mack.
That Sandy Mack. You talk about him a lot.